Science Prodigy. Today we will be continuing ratio and proportion. So we will be beginning with continued ratio. So a question is already given here where it is given that A is to B is 4 is to 5 and B is to C is 6 is to 7. We have to find the value of A is to B is to C. So we can directly go for the LCM of the common part, that is B. So with that we can actually see that the LCM of 5 and 6 is 30. So we can go for 4 A is to B as 4 into 6 is to 5 into 6. And B is to C as 6 into 5 is to 7 is into 5. That is 30 is to 35. So our answer A is to B is to C is 24 is to 30 is to 35. So our next question is, it is given that 2A is equal to 3B is equal to 4C. We have to find A is to B is to C. So we can consider this equality as K. That is 2A is equal to 3B is equals to 4C is equals to K. The moment we do this, we know that A becomes K by 2, B becomes K by 3 and C becomes K by 4. So A is to B is to C is nothing but K by 2 is to K by 3 is to K by 4. So if we go for the LCM of 2, 3 and 4, we find that it comes out to be 12. So it is to K by 3 into 12 is to K by 4 into 12. So our answer comes out to be 6 is to 4 is to 3. By the cancellation of all the common k's as well, we come to the answer which is 6 is to 4 is to 3. So as you can see, it is a very simple question on continued proportion. It has been given that A is to C is 5 is to 8, B is to C is 6 is to 7, then what is A is to B? So if we consider A by C, that is 5 by 8 and B by C is 6 by 7. So if we take the reciprocal of the second part, we get that C by B is 7 by 6. So if we multiply both of them, A by C into C by B, it turns out to be 5 by 8 into 7 by 6. So we can easily cancel out the C's and our answer comes out A by B is equals to 35 by 48. Therefore, A is to B is equal to 35 is to 48. So now we will be beginning with the proportions part. Why do we use proportions? When we try to say that two ratios are equal, that is the ratio of the first number to the second number to the second value is actually equal to the ratio of the third number to the fourth number. So that is why, that is the time when we say that these two ratios are in proportion. For example, when we say 4 is to 8 and we say it is equal to 2 is to 4, that means they are in proportion because the ratios are equal. But here when we talk about proportion, instead of the equal sign, we actually use the double colons. That means we will be in general writing it as 4 is to 8 double colon 2 is to 4. So this is the general notation of proportions. So the extremist point and the extremist the extremist terms, all these four are termed as the terms and the extreme values are actually termed as the extremes, and these two are termed as the means. Now the most important thing is, when in ratio and proportion, the product of the extremes is equal to the product of the means. That means 8 into 2 is equals to 4 into 4. That means they are in proportion such that the product of the extremes is equal to the product of the means. That is the most important criteria here. So moving forward to a question where it has been asked that find the fourth proportional to 4, 22 and 6. So let us consider that it be x. So fourth proportional means 4 is to 22 is equals to x. So 4 by 22 is equal to 6 by x. Hence we can easily understand, if we go for reduction of the factors before we cross multiply, we can see that x is equal to 33. So the fourth proportional is 33. In this question, it has been asked to find the fourth proportion between 2 and 32. Sorry, the mean proportion between 2 and 32. So mean proportion means the in-between term. So if we consider that, let it be x, we will find that 2 is to x is proportional to, we have to consider that it is proportional to x is to 32. That means 2 by x is equal to x by 32. So if we go for cross multiplication, we find that 64 is equal to x square. That implies x is equal to 8. So the mean proportion is between 2 and 32 is 8. In this question, it has been asked to find the third proportional to 2 and 32. So because only two values are given and it is not the fourth proportional, so we have to consider that 32 is the mean. So 2 is to 32 is to 3 is to x. X is the third proportion. Let the third proportion be x. Okay. So now if we go for the calculation, we find that 2 by 32 is equals to 32 by x. So if we go for reduction of the factors, after cross multiplying, it comes that x is 16 into 32, which is nothing but 512. It has been given in this question that if 5 pence cost rupees 8, then what is the cost of 15 pence? Now before I begin the question, what is direct proportion? Direct proportion means two such quantities are actually varying directly with each other. That means quantity, if it is increased or decreased, the second quantity will also show a proportional increase or decrease with the first quantity. So that is why they are directly in proportion to each other. So that's how the questions are done. So because both the quantities are pence, if 5 pence cost rupees 8, what should be the cost of 15 pence? We have to understand that the cost should be, the basic expression should be in this form. That is, let the cost of the 15 pence be x. So if the 5 is to 15 should have the ratio 8 is to x. That is, 5 is the cost of this one and 15 pence cost this x amount. So if we go for the calculation purpose, we can see that 5 by 15 means it is 1 by 3. So if we go for normal calculation, it reduces into more simple value, giving us the value that the cost of 15 pence should be rupees 24. So in this question, it is based on inverse proportion. That means when two quantities are inversely proportional to each other. That is, if the first quantity is increased, the second quantity will, if the first quantity is increasing, the second quantity is actually proportional in a decreasing fashion. So that is what they are inversely proportional to each other. If the first is increasing, the second is actually proportional to it in a decreasing fashion. If the first is decreasing, the second one will be proportional in a decreasing fashion. So let's see a question to understand inverse proportional better. So it has been given that if 9 men do work in 6 days, it has been reversed in the second part. How many men do it in 24 days? So, how many men? Let that be x. How many men? Let it be x. Then, we see that if we consider 9 is to x, that will be equal to 9 men do it in 6 days. 6 is to 24. So, 9 by x is equal to 6 by 24. 6 4s are 24. That means 9 into 4, x is equals to 36. Now here a question has been given that a fort had provisions for 300 men for 90 days, and after 20 days 15 men were actually added. So how long will it last if the food consumption is done at the same rate? So before we begin the question, a most important understanding is that suppose it has been given when we go for direct proportion, that means x is directly proportional to y. This is the direct proportion, directly proportional, which implies x, if we go for removal of the proportionality sign, it becomes x is equals to ky, k times of something. That means x by y is equals to k. Because x and y taking any value will always result in k. If we take a certain value x1 by y1, that is equals to x2 by y2, that is equals to k. So when we say direct proportionality, that means x1, if we go for cross multiplication, x1 y2 is equals to x2 y1. This is the basic observation for direct proportionality. But when we go for inverse proportion, that is x is inversely proportional to y. That means if we go for shifting it to this side, x is equals to k by y first. That means xy is constant for inverse proportionality. So x1 y1 is equals to x2 y2. So this is what we will be applying here. For inverse proportionality, the fact that xy is equals to k. So it has been said that initially there were 300 men. Later on, so if we say x1 is 300, later on 50 men were added. That means x2 becomes 300 plus 50, 350. So now the main calculation is after 20 days. So the food provisions for these 300 men were supposed to last for 90 days. Already 20 days has gone. So the food proportion for them will now be for 90 minus 20, that is 70 days. So if we go for x1 y1, that is 300 into 70 is equal to x2 y2. So I am writing the relation here, x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. That means if we go for cancellation of zeros, then 7 5s are 35 as well. Finally 300 by 5, that is 60, is equal to y2. That means for the 350 men, this food would be lasting for 60 days. With this, I would like to end today's class. Thank you for watching, and in the next part we will be covering more such questions. Thank you.